Welcome to Good Mythical More. We are going to be presented with an activity, and we're going to decide if it's better to be done in the morning or in the night. Right, Stevie?
Yeah, and also we asked the mythical beasts what they thought, so we have those results too.
Okay, it's a chance for you to redeem yourself if you agree with us.
Right. But first, we're going to do a secret handshake. And when I say secret, what I mean is that we're going to hide what happens in our hands from everyone watching.
Yeah, put it right behind the microphone.
So there's other things. Other things.
Who knows what's happening? It's secret.
I'm doing it.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing happened here.
Nothing at all.
Nothing to see. Nothing that happened.
I would like to see that secret handshake happen in real life somewhere. You know, just see two guys doing that.
I don't know. What? Yeah, listen, you can see. It's just like the secret whose fingers are longer contest that we just had.
And it happened right
with
between the
Stevie
main episode
and
more.
Lizzie.
That's right. Who won that one?
I don't know if that made the cut. I don't know if that was
I think
cut
we
out.
had stopped rolling, but I will say that Stevie put her hand up to Lizzie's hand, and we discovered that Stevie's hands were a tad bit longer, and immediately Stevie began gloating.
Well,
Just
you know,
openly gloating.
I'm like 12 years older, so you know how fingers
Fingers
grow
just
with
keep
time.
growing.
You know,
Fingers keep growing.
Your whole body starts to spread out a little bit.
Are you? Oh,
Spread out.
are you? I won't bring it up again if you're uncomfortable with it. Of course, I'm gonna require that you say it
What?
on an internet show for me to stop doing it.
I was uncomfortable with the phrasing of the question that you asked her, which is, do you want to have a long finger contest with
Oh.
Stevie? And it was a little close. It just was odd phrasing.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
could be misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I knew exactly what I meant,
I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about it until right now, Stevie.
Well,
and you won.
But you did win. And then you said, ha ha!
betcha. You betcha.
We're proud of you. We're proud of you and your long fingers around here at Mythical.
We challenge anyone! We challenge anyone!
Anyone.
Every guest moving forward, that's one of the things they have to check off on the list.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like
Long
that.
finger contest.
It's a little tradition. I like a little tradition.
A long finger. That could be our new Catch the Official Granddad.
Yeah,
Hey, that'll work.
we know how that went.
Long finger contest. Reigning champion Stevie Wynn Levine.
Yeah, they're short episodes. Short episodes.
Long fingers.
Long fingers.
Long finger short episodes.
What do you
Okay.
guys do at night?
Turn in.
Well, I went
To
to. I
a-
assume. Werewolf?
Sleeping person.
Oh, a sleeping person. One of the things that I think is probably going to be on this list is showering. Is it? Because there's a lot of debate about this.
No.
Okay. Well,
But, well, tell me about it, because I just saw the report about how dirty your sheets are, and you're supposed to change your sheets once a week, but they're still, like, terribly dirty, even if you do change them once a week. And so the scientists recommend that you do shower at night.
I don't care about a scientist.
And that's what I
Scientists
say.
need to stay out of the bedroom.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Why do you not?
I used to shower at night. I
Okay.
used to. And
Then you
I don't
got
know
older.
What happened?
Things
I
started
switched.
spreading out.
I switched up. So I feel like I just can't get
Well, if
going
you
without a shower.
if you
in
work
the morning.
out, if you do some activity,
I work out in the morning, and so I take the shower after the working out. And it would be nice to take a shower at night to kind of wind down, but then you're taking 2 showers and you're in
Yeah.
California.
Well,
and it's
can I
suspect.
tell you, I do a split C. I mean, this is not like the way that Link does his. It uses more water than Link's way of doing it. But sometimes I'll do like a body shower at night and then a hair shower in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
never thought about
Because then you get clean from the day, but in the morning you get,
Your hair
not
reset.
slept on. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Now that you bring that up, I take a
like it.
You're gonna
shower
start doing
when
that?
I wash my hair, which is probably twice a week.
You take a shower.
I take a shower at night because I have that thing that you gave me for my birthday,
Yeah, the twisty towel.
and I put that on my head. And a lot of times I just go, it's microfiber. I just go to sleep with that on it, and then my hair wakes up like curly.
You go to sleep with a towel right around your head?
Yeah, and so I take a shower at night on those nights.
Okay.
So I do a kind of a splitsies of my own.
Okay, jogging, which of course we all do.
Never a good time for it. It's
I've
the
never-
worst.
I've never had a good experience with jogging.
Well, you had some bad experiences.
Yeah, I got a wedgie once.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's the worst. Couldn't grab it. You got lost.
Grab what?
You couldn't grab it out. You couldn't pick it out.
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
I've also fallen jogging a lot of times.
I'll tell you who fell. Your wife had a real bad spill jogging when we first moved here.
Yeah,
When we were living in that apartment complex.
Somebody
she hit one
brought
of those
her-
roots.
yeah. Somebody brought her home and she didn't know quite who she
you
was.
were. Yeah, she's never been the same.
But she stuck with me.
Yeah. I think it actually
she
improved
got-
your
she-
relationship
I
because she
think-
forgot many things about you.
It's great when you get to if they forget who you are and then they stay with you.
It's
That's a good
like,
sign.
I'm married to a new person. It's like when your spouse gets a haircut and you're like, oh.
It's exactly like that. Did you get a new haircut or are you a new person?
Oh, kind of a new person.
I think jogging at night there's safety issues.
You can wear reflective stuff.
Well, and then you're necessitating a shower at night, which again leads to a second problem, which we've already talked about.
I think the issue with jogging
Getting
at
into
night
bed.
is also falls under the umbrella issue of working out at night and getting your heart rate up too high at night, which is it makes it harder to sleep. I think that's scientifically
there you go.
proven.
There you go. Yeah.
So jogging is a morning thing.
Yeah, the mythical beasts agree with you overwhelmingly, 71%.
Yeah.
Have you seen Lessons in Chemistry on Apple?
No.
Good show.
Is this
You should
actually
watch it.
chemistry lessons? Because I am interested in that.
It's about Brie Larson stars in it. I'll just tell you that. But it also takes place, I think, in the early 60s or 50s. And the guy on the show goes jogging, and everyone is confused about what he's doing
Yeah, running for no reason.
because jogging wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't a thing people did for exercise. I thought it was very interesting.
Yep.
When I get home from work, I like to go upstairs before dinner and like maybe change into something more comfortable, maybe use the restroom, and then if dinner's ready, I might jog down back
The
down.
stairs.
Yeah, I might jog back
Be
down.
careful now. You hold
to
the
dinner.
rail.
Thank you. I'm not wearing socks.
How often you change into something more comfortable earlier than bedtime?
Probably 3 nights out of 5.
What determines?
Yeah, because you've been wearing some real big pants lately. So
Yeah.
is it like on tight pants days where you change?
Well, I'm trying not to have those at all.
Okay.
It's just if I'm tired, if I've exerted myself during the day, I'll like totally I'll get loose and I'll get in my fleece jogger pants. It's a little reward for having put in a lot of effort. I want to get out of the clothes that I exerted in and just say, you know what? I'm in leisure mode now.
Well, this next
come on,
one,
dogs.
This
Pile
next
on
one
me.
hurts me personally right now. It's take a flight.
Oh, yeah.
Flight.
I don't want to take a flight at night.
Tell us about. You had a real tough time. You missed.
Yeah.
You got a flight. Get
I
canceled
didn't miss
on you?
anything. There was a mechanical
Okay. Well,
issue.
we missed you, Stevie. Is that what you're trying? We missed you.
Yeah. And no, I was supposed to come in last night, and then everything got messed up, and then I had to fly in this morning, and barely made it here for the episode.
For the finger off.
For the finger
Yeah,
off.
that's even worse.
But you should not fly at night, because what wound up happening was I missed the connection to the last flight of the whole night.
Yep.
And so you should always fly in the
I
morning.
saw one of those
You had to spend the night in the airport.
TikToks from a pilot.
Luckily, no.
And the pilot was like, "This is when you should fly," and he was like, "You should fly in the morning, and here's why. And you should fly as early in the morning as possible." Because A, the plane that you're going to be using most often will be a plane that was already at the airport, so you're not. The percentage chance of that you're trying to get a plane to get there from
Exactly,
another
yeah.
flight, and then also the weather tends to get worse throughout the day instead of getting, usually it's not like rainy and windy in the morning. If it's going to happen, so a lot of times it's more likely to happen in the afternoon. So he's definitively said, a pilot, you heard it here, said fly in the morning.
You've heard it here from a guy who heard it on TikTok.
That's right. That's gospel. But I personally prefer to fly at night.
Why?
If it's a direct flight, I feel like that's pretty okay.
Well, they've got a flight that comes back from RDU now that leaves at like 7 p.m. or something like that. And then, it's like a 4.5 to 5 hour flight, but you've got the 3 hours that you gain.
Right.
So you end up getting into LA at a reasonable time.
Well,
like 9 or 10. And then you get home before midnight. And like you had the whole day at the end of, you had the whole day and you didn't have to like rush to get up in the morning.
We've decided that we don't do that. The Neils, we don't do that because Christy hates flying, and so
she thinks about it all day.
The moment she gets up on the fly out day, she's like, whatever we're gonna think that we're gonna do before we fly out is gonna be miserable for me.
Special circumstance.
So let's just get out of here, and I like to get out of places.
That's what caused my stress as soon as I understood what my flight was. I thought it was going to get canceled. I willed it to get canceled, and I willed the styes on my eyes.
Do you think that you determine reality based on your manifestation?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. I do really believe that if you think positively, it will result in positive things. Yeah. And I generally don't think negatively about things, but I was thinking extremely negatively about this thing, like thinking they're going to mess it up. And then it got messed up.
It can't be true, though.
It could be. You don't know how the universe works, man. We don't really know how it works, man.
And they mess
you're not
it up
the only
bad,
person on
too.
the plane. Is it that energy of everyone who's going to be on the plane is like weighed?
What if it's the net energy, the collective energy?
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
And you were the
I'm
thing that sent it over the negative edge.
It could have been me.
I do think that caused your sty. There's a mind-body connection, but there's not a mind-body flight connection.
Well, maybe there is. Maybe you don't know.
But people said early bird flights are the best. 77.5. That's more people than I would think, actually.
Yeah, that's a strong preference. They call that a strong preference.
I mean, you got to wake up early. That sucks.
No, this is an interesting one. Throw up.
Would you rather throw up in the morning?
I don't know if, it's not really a schedule thing.
I kind of want to get it out of the way.
But yes, when would you rather it happen?
If I'm going to be sick, well, is it if it's at the end of the day because I didn't get sick until the end of the day, or because I've been trying not to vomit all day?
It seems like you've been trying not to vomit. Is what I was.
Yeah, just get it over with. Let's just say it's the morning. You wake up, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You just get it over with. Vomit.
When was the last time you vomited?
I got severely overheated on my bike. And I told you about
vomited from exertion. That's rough.
I was driving. I had gotten back in the car. I had ridden for it was an hour. It was a short ride, maybe 50 minutes, but it was really hot, unexpectedly hot. And I got back in my car and I was driving home, and I've been drinking a lot of electrolytes.
Too much electrolytes.
And I felt this gurgle, and I pulled over on the side of the road.
Oh, the gurgle.
And I didn't want to vomit right. I didn't want to open the door and vomit because somebody driving by would take my door off, or I would be vomiting on somebody else's car. So I opened the door. I got out of the car. I went in front of my car. Yeah. And then I started vomiting on the curb.
Was your head moving up and down like that?
In front of a nice house.
Oh, you always pick a nice house.
Yeah. There's people jogging by.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
How many times?
Greenish yellow vomit.
Oh, God.
Got back in the car. That was my morning.
What time was that?
I would say it was a weekend, and I would say it was probably 9:17.
I guess seems like an early bird to me.
And then you know what? It did take me the rest of the day to recover. Thanks for asking.
This one people had an overwhelming answer to as well. It wasn't splitsies.
Morning.
Night.
Night.
They want to night
70%.
throwers.
So you can just
throwers.
vomit and then go to sleep, probably.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I
Once you vomit, you feel weak. You want to sleep. You're right. It should have been night.
I have vomited once in California, and it was when we ate the Trinidad scorpion pepper on this show, and I was back there
Yeah.
in the fetal position because it just hit me the wrong way, and I vomited.
Is it so? Every time you have to vomit, you leave the state.
That would be one interpretation of that. But I've not vomited any other time in the past 13 years except that time.
Well, it's not something to brag about.
I'm just saying I don't vomit a lot.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm very resistant. There are many times when I would like, man, if
Like
I
Wolf
could
Blitzer?
vomit, I would like
Didn't
to.
Wolf Blitzer do that?
I'm just very resistant to it, so I don't end up doing it. I only vomit when my body is like, you don't have a choice, friend. My body calls me friend. And and that was the only time. And we had that. In fact, I wrote an article in the Technician. You remember the Technician at NC State?
Our college paper.
Had an opinion column at NC State. And one of the, I guess it really wasn't an opinion. One of my articles was about the combined not throwing up streak that my dad, my brother, and I combined were carrying. And at the time, my dad hadn't thrown up in like 40 years. And then my brother was like 20 years and I was like 15 or whatever.
And you wrote an opinion article on
Yeah. It was, I either wrote something funny or I wrote something very Christian. Those were the two things that I did. I'm good at comedy and Christian. That's the two
can't be
things I was
both.
good at. And
Okay.
and then it was like a couple of years after that I threw up. Maybe even I threw up in college. Maybe 2 years later I threw up. So never, if you got
What
a
about your
streak
dad?
going.
Don't write about it.
I don't think my dad has thrown up his entire life. I don't know. He's crazy. If you haven't thrown up,
I haven't thrown up.
don't write an opinion article.
I don't do it. I don't throw up, son.
Finally, the one that we've all been waiting for, sex. Early bird or night owl?
There is something special about a morning session,
What about afternoon delight?
but night is where it's at. It's kind of like throwing up because you want to go to sleep right after.
Right.
Right? Right, wrong. You're in bed.
I saw a TikTok from a pilot who said the best time to have sex. Just kidding.
While throwing up. No.
83.4% say nighttime.
Even though I hear
Yeah.
people,
It's romantic.
I hear scientists say that technically your hormone levels or whatever are highest in the morning. You should really take advantage of that in the morning. Like you'll read that in like articles and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then you're just like, well, why don't I feel like that though?
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Now, if there was coffee involved, I got to have my coffee.
How would you involve coffee?
I don't know.
Elaborate.
Let's just brainstorm a little bit.
Okay.
You know,
all
right?
yeah,
If we
yeah,
can
yeah.
involve coffee.
You get like a little hamster bottle, fill it with coffee, and put it in the corner of the bedroom. Get a little,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
A little
yeah,
hamster bottle, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in like one of those rectangular pieces of furniture. Just put a little coffee.
Rectangular pieces of furniture. What is this, The Sims?
A table?
What do you mean?
But like pleasure furniture.
Oh, you mean well, those are often triangles.
Isn't that what I said?
You said rectangular.
I was picturing three.
Have you got a
sides.
triangle?
Uh-uh.
Download the Mythical Society app to play our free daily GMM trivia game, Think It, It's Sink It, today.